All right, and we are live. Good evening po sa inyong lahat mga kaguro. And of course, welcome back to Guru Pinoy. Hello sa lahat ng members ng Team Bruner, our babies for Let March 2023 under, of course, our new TOS. Okay, and of course, if you are still not a member of Team Bruner, it's very easy to become a member. Just send a message to our Facebook page. No? Nandiyan po sa ating Facebook page. Mag-send lamang po ng message sa ating Facebook page and please wait for our admin to check your message and of course to reply to all your queries. Now, tonight's discussion is of course going to be centered on professional education, but I'm also inviting all of you to please become one of our partners sa atin pong adopted schools program. No? So we are doing these feeding programs. We have our school supply pantries, no? And of course, our GCash number can be seen on your screen right now. If you'd want to help us in any way possible, na any amount po will do, any amount is greatly appreciated. So please do become one of our partners for our Adopted Schools program. Now, again, as I've mentioned, it's going to be professional education under the new TOS tonight. Pasensya na po, medyo may sumpong ang aking Junakis na hindi pa nakakatulog. In a few minutes, he'll be sleeping, no? So medyo merong background noise. Okay, so kaway-kaway din. Hello sa lahat ng ating mga housewives, sa ating mga house husbands, sa mga dakilang parents katulad ko, no? And of course, sa ating mga employees, sa mga may mga work, nagja-juggle, mga naglalagari. Hello and good evening. Again, pasensya na po sa aking Junakis. In a few minutes, I hope tulog na siya. Now, if you can see the caption sa ating pong video, just click the three dots sa upper right side of your video and then just turn off the caption. Okay, paki-turn off lamang po ng caption kung kayo po medyo nadi-distract sa ating caption. Now again, this is professional education. We are going to start after our prayer. So please join me for our opening prayer, mga kaguro. Samahan niyo po ako. Dear Lord, I come to you to ask for your guidance and direction in this study session. I ask that the Holy Spirit fill me with strength, creativity, and understanding to get through my studies without difficulty or sin. Help me hold my focus and attention. Help me to retain all that I learned. Please make my mind sharp and keep distractions at bay. If any part of my studying is weak or lacking in some way, let it be revealed so that I may correct it. Thank you for this opportunity to learn. Amen. All right, now once again, as I have mentioned, this is professional education, all under the new TOS. Hello, Ma'am Rose Ann. Sabi ni Ma'am Rose Ann, same po, nagduduyan ng anak pero umiiyak. Okay, so maingay din yung toddler ni Ma'am Michelle Ortiz. No? So we all have to juggle and we all know if you are already teaching in the teaching field, no, napakarami natin kailangan gawin. And sabi nga nila, our superpowers are, of course, being teachers. No? It's a superpower. And of course, again, this is Prof. Ed under the new TOS. Please do like, love, share our video. Napaka-importante that you are sharing our video. Start a watch party, tag your friends. You can also support us by sending us stars on Facebook and sending us super chat, super stickers naman dyan sa ating YouTube channel. Maraming salamat sa ating mga Team Piaget babies na ngayon ay nandito na nakikinood pa rin. Ma'am Cheryl Albutra from Team Piaget. Team Gardner, meron pa ako nakitang Team Gardner kanina. No? Team Erickson, yung iba ay pabalik-balik. Team Gardner Batch 2020, Sir Raven Renzo, good evening po. Again, paki-like na po, paki-share ng ating video so that we can all start. This is professional education, no? And we will be starting in a few minutes again. Please do like, love, share our video, start a watch party, tag your friends. And of course, share po ng stars if you can, no? And of course, also super chat, super stickers naman dyan sa ating YouTube channel. All right, we start with question number 1. Okay, number 1. Among teaching styles, how do you classify teachers who lack confidence in enforcing and in demanding compliance to rules? Letter A, authoritarian. Letter B, permissive. Letter C, detached. Or letter D, authoritative. What is your choice for number 1? Sir Ricardo Olivar, good evening, Team Thunders. LPT na siya last June. Sir Ricardo Olivar, of course, one of our LPTs. Congratulations. Okay, sa ating mga LPTs na nagbabalik, no, po pwede naman kayo mag-send ng stars. Okay? Maraming salamat, Team Thunders, Team Gardner, Team Erickson, Team Piaget Babies na LPTs na ngayon. And of course, malapit na ang ating new batch of LPTs na sa December. Ang ating Team Piaget last batch ng ating Team Piaget Babies yung mga nag-take ng October na licensure exam for teachers. Okay, I see a lot of letter C's in our comment box. May ilang letter B. Genocide kaya yung mangyari? Sino kaya magtatagumpay? Letter C or letter B? Sabi dito ng inyong question number 1, among teaching styles, how do you classify teachers who lack confidence in enforcing and in demanding compliance to rules? Okay, so they do not have confidence to enforce their rules and also to make their students follow or comply to their rules. Now, remember, we've talked about all these different styles. These are not just teaching styles, these are also parenting styles. Now, we've talked about this the last time that we had our Prof. Ed. And we talked about your authoritarian, authoritative being two parenting styles or teaching styles that have high demands, no, high demands from their students. Yung pagkakaiba po ng inyong authoritarian at yung authoritative is that si Arian ay bad, no, because malaki or marami yung kanyang demands but very little support yung kanyang binibigay. There's no warmth towards the students. There's no warmth towards the kids, okay? Authoritative, on the other hand, this is the best type of parent. This is the best type of teacher. So dapat yan yung ating goal, yan yung ating hinihit, no, as teachers and as parents. Authoritative means you have very high demands, very high expectations, but you also offer a lot of support and you are very warm, very loving towards your kids and towards your students. Now, your B and C are also similar in the way that they do not have a lot of demands. Okay, so wala silang masyadong demands. So they do not have a lot of demands from their kids, from their students. Now, you're permissive and detached. Now, the difference is that just like your authoritarian, authoritative, may difference din sila in terms of their warmth and their support given to the kids or to the students. Yung permissive mo, there's warmth and support. Okay? Very loving pero walang demand. So ito yung sinasabi natin kung saan yung mga kids ay nagiging spoiled. Yung detached naman, from the term detached itself, wala na ngang expectations, na wala nang demands, wala pang warmth and support. So, uninvolved parents, your detached parents, these are your uninvolved nga, no, negligent, the klase ng parents. In this case here, sabi lang, wala silang confidence to enforce and demand compliance to rules, no? And so, the correct choice here is letter B. This is permissive. Yung detached mo, walang rules, okay? Walang rules. Kasi nga ay wala silang warmth, wala silang support, wala talaga yung detached kasi uninvolved yung parenting. Okay, so letter B, ang tumpak na choice. Hello, good evening, Sir Kinechi Lorbes, of course. Isa sa ating mga LPTs din. Alright, so number 1, letter B, ang ating tumpak na choice. Okay lang, maligwak, no? Importante alam nyo na ang ating tumpak na choice the next time you see the same question. So sabi ko nga, kapag kaligwak, huwag magsabi ng awit, just say ligwak, hey, that means I am learning. Okay, we move on with question number 2. In this kind of teaching style, still about teaching styles, the classroom atmosphere is fearful and punitive, as teachers in this category exercise rigorous control but shows little interest in involvement. Letter A, detached. Letter B, permissive. Letter C, authoritarian. Or letter D, authoritative. What is our choice? Ma'am Jenny May Bachelier, maraming salamat po for sending us stars. Thank you so much. And hello sa inyong sister, no? Yung sister ni Ma'am Jenny May ay akin pang estudyante. Amin pa pong estudyante nung kami ay study link pa, no? Face-to-face pa yung aming klase. Okay. Alright, number 2, ICCs. Tama kaya ang letter C? Okay, so number 2, sabi ng number 2 mo, They exercise rigorous control. Okay, so that means there's very high demand. Very high demand. There's a lot of control, no, very high expectations, a lot of demands, but shows little interest in involvement. There's no warmth, there's no support. Okay, and so the correct choice here would be letter C, no, authoritarian. Remember, both authoritarian and authoritative have high demands towards their kids and towards their students, no. But authoritarian have very little support given, while authoritative is very supportive and very warm. Your detached and permissive, they do not have a lot of demands. Yung pinakaiba naman, detached mo ay walang warmth, while permissive is a very loving parent, pero walang demands. Sa Ilonggo, tinatawag nating pagusto, no? Pagusto. Spoiled yung anak, no? Kung ano yung gusto ng anak, nakukuha ka agad ng anak because very loving ang parent at walang rules na ini-impose, no? Walang demands, walang expectations. But letter C is tumpak for question number 2. We go to question number 3. It is a field of study and an emerging discipline whose major aims is to create equal educational opportunities from diverse racial, ethnic, social class, and cultural groups. Letter A, differential instruction. Letter B, multicultural education. Letter C, consensus. Or letter D, interaction. Okay, what is our choice for number 3? Number 3, sabi ni Ma'am Shari May, letter B. Sir, or Ma'am Jerry May, letter B. Ma'am Mardy, letter B. Ma'am Mary Ann, letter B. Sir Nes Martin, letter B. Or Ma'am Nes Martin. Ma'am Angelica, letter B. Sabi ni Padayon lang, letter B. Okay? So here, you have the keywords na diverse, iba-iba, racial, ethnic, social class, and cultural groups. And so the correct choice here, of course, would be letter B, multicultural education. Okay? So when you are a teacher, dapat iba-iba yung maging examples mo. No? Your given example should be catering to all types of students, no, from different backgrounds, hindi lamang socio-economic backgrounds, pati na din yung different cultures, different races, different religion. No? So, hindi pare-parehas ang inyong mga estudyante. Ika nga all of your students are unique. No? So, kada estudyante mo ay unique. Kada estudyante mo iba-iba yung personality, yung learning style, iba-iba yung konteksto kasi iba-iba yung backgrounds nila, iba-iba yung parents nila, and so iba-iba din yung kinalakihan nilang parenting style, and so you have to cater to all those differences, no? And so here, hindi tayo makakapag-choose ng differential or differentiated instruction because the focus of your question is racial, ethnic, social class, and cultural groups. And so letter B po ang ating magiging choice over letter A. Consensus means agreement, no? Agreement ito. Interaction naman, of course, that's how you communicate, how you do daily transactions with another person and with the society as a whole. But letter B, ang tumpak na choice for number 3. Maraming salamat, Sir Dominic Tagiam, for sending us a super sticker sa ating YouTube channel. Good evening po and thank you. We go to number 4. A teacher who belongs in this category may sit at her desk when students are working or grade papers when supervising the playground. Students who need firm behavioral limits do not get that either. Letter A, detached. Letter B, authoritarian. Letter C, authoritative. Or letter D, permissive. Sa lahat ng ating mga first-timers, Ma'am Hania Nur Omar, maraming salamat for tuning in. Welcome po sa Gurong Pinoy. And of course, assalamualaikum sa lahat ng ating mga Muslim brothers and sisters. Hello, welcome po. Okay, number 4, I see a lot of letter A's. Tumpa kaya ang letter A for number 4. Letter A kaya ang tumpak na choice? Again, if you are still not a member of Team Bruner, it's very easy to become a member. If you're watching us on YouTube, punta po kayo sa ating Facebook page later. If you are watching us on our Facebook page, mag-send po ng message on that page later, na private message po. And of course, please wait for our admins to reply, no? Kasi minsan sabay-sabay kayo nagme-message, minsan naman ay out of office hours na yung inyong pag send a message. Of course, we also respect the hours of our admin, no? So, maghintay lamang po. Just be patient and just follow the instructions that we are giving. Okay, letter A, walang pake. Sabi ni Facebook user, hindi ko po nakikita yung inyong name. Okay, letter A. So sabi ng letter A mo dito, no, detached. Sabi ng inyong question, this teacher sits at her desk when students are working, no? So dapat kasi as a teacher, habang sila ay gumagawa ng inyong pinapagawa, umiikot ka at chine-check if they are on task, kung tama yung kanilang gawa, and of course if they have questions, no? Usually ginagawa na lamang natin to, mas ginagawa natin if someone is observing, no? Pag minsan medyo petik si teacher, uupo na lamang si teacher sa kanyang teacher's desk, no? So, yung pagka yung mga estudyante mo naman ay nasa playground, nag-grade ka ng papers, hindi ka nagsusupervise. Ito yung sabi, no? So, there's no warmth, there's no support. And also, students who need firm behavioral limits, wala ding rules, no? Sabi ng inyong last part of your sentence or last part of your question. And so, there's no demand, there also is no support given. The correct choice would be letter A, detached. Okay? New member from Team Brunner, Ma'am Labuka Fenerej. Good evening po sa lahat ng ating new members. Alright, so letter A, detached, ang ating tumpak na choice. Okay? Tama ang hula sa ating number 4. Letter A is tumpak. Number 5, Teacher Ben is a detached kind of teacher. No? Think of detached. Yung ating kaninang mga characteristics ng inyong guro. And fails to address important warning signs from students who are having trouble academically or behaviorally. With this, the teaching style of Teacher Ben is classified as letter A, uninvolved, letter B, authoritative, letter C, permissive, or letter D, authoritarian. Ito medyo bonus na, alam nyo na, no? If you were listening a while ago sa ating explanations, alam na natin kung ano yung tumpak na choice. Okay, again, paki-check po ng ating schedule. No? Meron po tayong schedule nakapost sa ating Facebook page. Meron din po tayong schedule sa ating Team Brunner. Nakapaskil na din po yung ating schedule for November. No? So, i-check nyo po, i-screenshot nyo yung ating schedule para alam nyo kung kailan tayo merong pasok. Because usually, it's MWF, pero minsan something comes up or there's a certain schedule na hindi ako available. And so, we tweak the schedule a little bit. Ma'am Julie B. or Julie B. Okay, new member ng Team Brunner. Welcome po. Okay, number 5, letter A, sure na sure. And of course, that is correct. Na? Detached, uninvolved, or negligent. Okay, walang pakialam. Wala pong pakialam. Okay, we go to number 6. Question number 6. Which of the following statements is true about marking on a normative basis? Letter A, the grading should be based on the present criteria. Letter B, most of the students get low scores. Letter C, the normal distribution curve should be followed. Or letter D, most of the students get high scores. What is our choice? Number 6. Sir Jack Lon, good evening. Sabi ni Sir Jack, nakakamiss yung mga ligwak move on na mga word mo. LPT soon from Team Piaget. Hello po, good evening sa Team Piaget babies natin. LPTs very, very soon, no? Magpakain naman kayo, magpa-burger naman kayo kapag naging LPTs na, no? So, before the year ends, hopefully, lahat kayo ay LPTs na po. Alright, letter C. Most of you are saying it's letter C. Tumpak kaya ang letter C. Okay, so sabi dito, which of the following statements is true about marking on a normative basis? Letter A, the grading should be based on the present criteria. Most of the students get low scores. The normal distribution curve should be followed. Most of the students get high scores. Now, when you say normative basis, we are talking about norm referencing. No, norm referencing. Ito, you are comparing the score or the performance of one student with that of the entire group. And so, ligwak na itong letter A mo kasi letter A mo is criterion reference based on a certain given criterion or on the criteria given. No? When you say criteria, ito yung mga objectives mo. And so, pag sinabi pong criterion reference testing, hindi mo kinukumpara yung score ng isang estudyante with the scores of the rest of the group. You are simply comparing the performance of this student upon the criteria given. No? So meron kang criteria. Kasama po ng criterion reference, tandaan or isulat sa inyong papel or sa inyong notebook, criterion referencing, mastery, and drills. Palagi po yung magkakasama. No? So how can the students reach mastery? By doing drills. And of course, this is a form of criterion reference testing, no, based on the criteria. And so here, normative basis, this is norm referencing. You are comparing the performance of a student with the performance of the entire group. We cannot choose either B and D, okay, because these are general, no, get low scores, get high scores, extreme scores ang ating pinag-uusapan. But when you say normative basis, this would be letter C, normal distribution curve is followed. So letter C is tumpak. Okay, so this is your normal curve, your bell curve, no? So when you say bell curve or normal curve, lahat halos, no, karamihan sa inyong mga estudyante nakakuha ng mean or your average. Okay, so nandito yung lump ng scores ng inyong mga estudyante. And of course, there's not a lot of students who got very low scores, not a lot of students who got very high scores. And so we cannot choose either B or D, no? So neither B or D, we cannot choose them. And remember, last time we've talked about the question, merong question doon na what percentage of the scores would fall between -1 to +1 SD, and that would be 68%, -2 to +2 SD, that's 95%, between -3 to +3 SD, that's 99.7% of data. Tinatanong po yan ng LET. So, kailangan po alam ninyo kung ilang percentage would fall under those areas, okay? But the correct choice was letter C for this item. We go to number 7. Mr. Gabuyo administered a 50-item test in mathematics. The mean performance of the group is 27, and standard deviation is 5. Edgar obtained a score of 31. Which of the following best describes his performance? Letter A, below average. Letter B, above average. Letter C, average. Or letter D, outstanding. What is our choice? What is our choice? Number 7. Okay, again, kung hindi pa po kayo nakakapag-like, love, and share ng ating video, paki-like, love, and share ng ating video po. Ito po yung pinakamalaking contribution, pinakamalaking tulong na inyong mabibigay sa amin, no, sa Gurong Pinoy. Please do like, love, and of course, share our video so that we can reach out to more people para mas marami pa po tayong maging mga kaguro. And of course, para mas marami pa tayong matulungan, no, pakitag po lahat ng mga graduating students, no, mga left takers natin next year, yung mga kakilala nyo, no, maging marites, and do share Gurong Pinoy. Okay, I see letter C sa ating question number 7. Aha, medyo may kalituhan, no, sa itong question na to. Medyo basic yung question, siguro nag-overthink na naman kayo, no? Mahilig kasi kayo mag-overthink. Okay? Alright, so number 7, sabi dito, si Mr. Gabuyo ay nagbigay ng 50-item test. Ang mean performance, remember, another term for mean is average. This is the average. The average na mean performance is 27. Standard deviation is 5. Remember, your mean or your average is a measure of central tendency, no, kung saan marami yung mga estudyante nakakuha ng ganitong score. But when you say standard deviation, this measures how spread apart the scores are. Standard deviation is 5, so that means meron ka mga extreme scores. Merong ibang estudyante nakakuha ng masyadong matataas na mga scores, no? Although your average is 27, meron ka mga estudyante nakakuha ng masyadong matataas because your standard deviation is 5, no? Very spread apart yung scores mo. And now you have a student named Edgar and his score was 31. Which of the following best describes His performance, below average, above average, average, outstanding. Unang-una, yung letter C mo, ligwak na. Hindi po pwedeng average si Edgar because of course, the average was 27, 31 po yung score ni Edgar, no? So, hindi po pwedeng letter C. Ligwak, no? Genocide ang letter C. Now, you also cannot say below average because yung score ni Edgar was 31, average was just 27. You also cannot say that his score was outstanding. His score was just 31, but the standard deviation is 5. That means meron pang mga mas matataas kay Edgar because the standard deviation is 5. It's too high. The scores are too spread apart. Remember, this is a 50-item test. Hindi ganon kalaki yung difference ng score ni Edgar sa average na 27. Okay? And so the correct choice here would be letter B, above average. Okay? Letter B, above average, ang ating tumpak na choice. Congratulations sa mga nakakuha ng letter B and congratulations din sa mga naligwak na importante ay nakapag-learn and the next time you see a similar question, alam na natin ang tumpak na choice. We move on with question number 8. Which of the following can measure the stability of the test results? Number 1, test-retest method. Number 2, split-half method. Number 3, parallel method. Number 4, Kuder-Richardson formula. You have letter A, 3, letter B, 2, letter C, 1, or letter D, 4. What is our choice for number 8? Number 8, I see letter C's. Tumpa kaya ang letter C? For the hula, hindi ko maalala, sabi ng karamihan. Okay, the correct choice here, of course, would be letter C. Tumpak yung letter C. Test-retest method. Stability of your test results, the consistency of your test results. And so that would be test-retest method. So you give the test to your students, you check, and of course, you retest the students. So you give them similar or almost the same test so that you can measure the stability of their test results. The consistency of the results, letter C, ang tumpak na choice. Now, what about the rest of your choices here? For your split half method, you divide the test into two halves randomly, and then you check if there's a correlation in their consistency. You check, pwede mong gawin na split half mo in terms of even and odd items. And then you check if there is a correlation in the consistency of the scores na nakuha ng estudyante sa inyong even items at ganun din comparing to the odd items. Okay? Yung inyong parallel method, when you say parallel method, you are using similar items under the same objectives. So parehas yung objectives, pwede mong i-paraphrase, pwede mong i-restate or i-rephrase yung inyong question para hindi siya the same na question but it is a parallel item. Halos magkaparehas yung item mo pero it is stated in a different way under the same objectives. Your Kuder-Richardson formula, this measures the internal consistency, reliability of a test in which each question only has two answers. So usually you can use this for your false type or true-false type of test, no? Pwede yung inyong Kuder-Richardson formula. But the correct choice, of course, is letter C. Letter C ang ating tumpak na choice. We go to number 9. Which of the following test items can effectively measure HOT's cognitive learning objectives? Letter A, objective test. Letter B, achievement test. Letter C, completion test. Or letter D, extended essay test. What is our choice? Ayan, yung mga napuyat, no? Yung mga for the chismosa, for the marites. Dapat yung inyong pinaghugugulan ng panahon would be the let, no? Yung inyong review, hindi yung kung anik-anik. Hindi yung mga screenshots. Okay, number 9, I see letter D is. Letter D, ang karamihang choice ninyo. Okay, and of course, the correct choice here would be letter D, extended essay test. When you say HOTS, this means higher order thinking skills. Now, higher order thinking skill. Your objective test, it's an umbrella term. No, we don't know what type of test is given here. No, basta objective lang siya. That means may questions na hindi siya opinion-based. No? That's your your letter A. Yan yung sinasabi ng letter A mo. Achievement test, it's also a general term. Sabi ng achievement test mo, your achievement test is a type of test given at the end of instruction. A summative test, yung inyong achievement test. We also do not know what type of test is given here. Completion test does not really measure your HOTS. No, it only measures your LOTS or your lower order thinking skills. Completion test is your fill in the blanks. Okay, so yung mga terms lamang, significant terms lamang yung binibigay mo to complete a sentence or a statement. Extended essay test is a correct choice because of course it measures your cognitive learning objectives and of course higher order thinking skills. Ito yung ginagawa ng ating mga nagbabar exam, no, sa essay part nila, may extended essay test, no, and so letter D ang ating tumpak na choice. Okay, now we go to number 10. When a familiar person greeted you at a birthday party, but you felt awkward because you cannot remember how exactly you met the person. Fortunately, your best friend was there to describe that past event where and when you met. Then everything flashes back and you remember everything clearly. What memory retrieval technique was used in the given scenario? Okay, what is our choice for number 10? All right, so again, as a form of reminder, no, although we've already discussed this, we've already explained this sa ating orientation, ang atin pong kasama po ng new TOS, combine na po lahat ng sciences natin, no, na-explain na din naman natin ito. And of course, sa ating mga Team Bruner babies na nakapag-enroll na, nakapag-join na sa ating majorship, you are only going to be under the majorship of science. No? Sa lahat po kayo ng klase ng sciences, nandyan na po under the sciences na majorship. So you have physical science, your chemistry, no, under physical science din siya dati, biological science, your biology, all under the term or the majorship sciences na kayo. Okay? Wala na pong paisa-isa, wala na pong separate na majorship. And so yung challenge would rest upon you, no? So if you are a bio major, hindi ka lang dapat at ease with the bio items. Dapat alam mo din sagutin yung physics items, chemistry items, no? So pinaghahandaan po yan ng ating mga coaches. We have, for your majorship under the sciences, no, dalawa po yung ating coaches. There's a coach majoring in biology and there's a coach majoring in physical science and also chemistry, and of course kasama din po yung earth science, no? So pagtutulungan nilang dalawang coaches yung inyong magiging review. Kung hindi pa po kayo member sa Team Bruner na sciences sa majorship, magpa-member na po kayo. And of course sa ating TLE naman at sa AFA, combined din po kayo, no? So TLE AFA is also combined. We also have a very good coach, and so magpa-member na po kayo. Mahaba po yung ating coaching, no? It's more than 10 sessions. So, simula tayo ng orientation, may diagnostic test, may sessions, and then there's pre-board, there's final coaching, dire-diretso na po yan. And so, mag-send lamang po ng message sa ating Facebook page. And then again, please just wait for our admins to, ma'am, hindi na po namin nakita. Okay. Please wait for our admins to reply, no, sa lahat po ng inyong questions because of course, minsan out of office hours or minsan sabay-sabay yung inyong pagme-message o iniisa-isa ng ating admin. Okay, so just send a message to our Facebook page. Okay, number 10. So dito, sabi ng number 10, merong nag-greet sa'yo on your birthday at a birthday party. But you felt awkward kasi hindi mo siya maalala. Fortunately, nandyan yung best friend mo at sabi ng best friend mo, dinescribe ng best friend mo kung saan kayo nag-meet, paano kayo nag-meet, at kung kailan kayo nag-meet. And so, nag-flash everything back sa'yo, no? Naging clear yung lahat-lahat, yung inyong history, yung inyong pinagdaanan. What memory retrieval technique was used in the given scenario? Is it letter A, visual imagery, letter B, personalization, letter C, generalization, or letter D, context? The correct choice here is letter D, context. Konteksto, saan kayo nag-meet, saan kayo nagkita. No? So when you say context here, this is a set of facts or circumstances that surround a situation or event. Ito ay napaka-importante whenever you are teaching. No? Dapat alam mo yung konteksto, alam mo yung background ng inyong estudyante. No? So sometimes when you give examples at hindi nila naranasan, they cannot react, they cannot relate to your to your example. Now, your visual imagery, this actually is a type of technique that sometimes we use whenever we are teaching our students. And this is a sense of having images in the mind. Sometimes you tell your students, okay, gagamitin natin yung visual imagery technique. I want all of you to close your eyes and imagine that you are in a field of roses. You can smell the scent of roses. Okay, so that's visual imagery, having images in your mind. Letter B, personalization. This is concerned with personalities or feelings rather than with general or abstract matters. Masyado mong pinipersonal, no? Personalization, when you say personalized. Okay, so that is concerning with the person or with your feelings rather with the general. Okay, so letter D, context po yung ating hinahanap. Okay, yung generalization, of course, alam nun, this is the opposite of personalization, o general, hindi siya personalized. Okay, so letter D, context, ang ating tumpak na choice. We go to number 11, how can a teacher help students with different learning styles learn more effectively? Letter A, vary the class activities. Letter B, use graphic organizers. Letter C, give icebreakers during class. Or letter D, do lectures frequently. What is our choice? Number 11. Okay, number 11, ano po ang ating tumpak na choice? Number 11, I see letter A's.